His house got vandalized. His wife was in a coma. His kids got beaten. And he got a broken jaw to go with his 2 months in the hospital, just because he's the only legal Powerball hacker that ever existed. You're going to discover the story of an honest man who had only one fault. He was born a genius and invented a completely legal, secret method for hacking Powerball. Plus, if you stick with me till the end of this short video, you're going to discover the entire conspiracy behind the lottery world and how easy it is to win at Powerball if you know the secret code. Let's hear what Alex J. has to share with us today. Note, this is a little-known story that the mainstream news media didn't want to share. It looks like corruption has reached a new level. Some small websites have reported Alex's unfortunate event, but they are pretty hard to find.
They broke into my house and covered my mouth, waking me from my sleep. Another one of them did the same to my wife so she couldn't scream. They brought us downstairs. Mike, my 6-year-old son, was crying. He got slapped for that and knocked unconscious. The only thing they said to me was, "Who's behind this? How long have you been working to destroy Powerball? Where's the rest of your team?" I gotta tell you, I had no clue what he was talking about. I assumed it was about the system that I had developed, which had just brought me a nice fat check from Powerball and other 13 winnings over the last year. But there was no team, no conspiracy behind me, just one honest man exploiting the system. It was the mistake of my life. Before telling you the whole story, allow me to introduce myself. I'm Alex J. My entire life has been a mess. Even if I found a secret trick to beat Powerball and win millions of dollars. When I was a kid, they called me nerd, fathead, and any other names they could think of. As I grew older, people always laughed at me, calling me a library rat. Hey, what's wrong with me being passionate about mathematics and computers? I've never caused trouble for anyone. That is until I became a real threat to the Powerball game. I don't like to work. Actually, I'm rather lazy. I like to study. You know something? Laziness combined with the pleasure of studying and a bit of brain power make a perfect recipe for discovering something amazing. When I was 8, I invented a computer program that stole my teacher's naked pictures out of his PC. At 16 years old, when Google just got launched, I came up with a little formula that gave me the exact principles behind their algorithm. I didn't brag about it. For me, it was just for fun. It was my way of playing. Since I don't like working, I needed an easy and legal way to pay the bills. What's the easiest way you know to make money? Winning the lottery, right? Yeah, if you get lucky, you might say. Well, allow me a moment to argue with that. What I'm about to share with you will convince you once and for all that winning the Powerball lottery is mostly science. Actually, it's only 29.832% luck. The rest is pure, simple science. What does this mean? It means that if you use the pattern I discovered to play 10 times, you will win an average of 7 times. Now remember, I said on average, not guaranteed. Then again, if you compare that with the odds that normal people who play have, using randomly selected numbers, you can easily see that my system increases the odds by thousands of times. Now back to my story. I was saying that I put all of my efforts and concentration into figuring out how to win Powerball. This was great pleasure for me because my father played for all his life and never won. He used to say, "Powerball cannot be beaten with a system. It's just pure luck." Well, I proved him wrong. Big time. Discovering the real principles behind Powerball is probably the only real work I've done in my life. It took me 5 continuous months of research and some really crazy mathematics, along with a few custom computer applications. To be honest, I didn't expect my system to be so efficient. I was convinced that I'd win at some point, but not that fast. Anyway, the first week has brought me $10,000. It was amazing. The next week, another $11,200 from 4 winnings combined. The week after, nothing. The fourth week brought me $110,000 out of 2 fat winnings. It was incredible. I couldn't believe my eyes. My winnings continued that way, and over the next 3 months, I summed up more than $445,320 in cold, hard cash. It was a dream. But I didn't know at the time it was about to transform into a nightmare. All right, let me fast forward to March 23rd, 2012. I got invited by the Powerball lottery to pick up my latest prize check for $110,100. This was actually the sum of 3 prizes combined. I stepped into the office, and the guy who was in charge of giving me the check started to ask me all kinds of questions. It's clear that he was very interested in knowing what I was doing. For one person to win 13 times in less than 6 months was something unheard of. It was crystal clear that I had a secret, and he wanted to know what it was. Since I was sure that I wasn't doing anything wrong, I felt that I didn't have anything to hide. So I told him that I'm using a calculation method that seems to work very well. I even laughed and told him, maybe I'm just lucky. Then I left. What came next completely destroyed my life. I don't know if it was an accident or not, but after a few days, 3 guys entered my home and did horrible things to my family, just so they could find out my secret with Powerball. I don't have any real proof that they've been paid by the lottery commission, so I don't want to accuse them of anything, but to me, it seemed crystal clear that something rotten was happening. Even though I made a lot of money with Powerball, I ended up giving everything back just to eliminate the threat over my family and give them peace of mind. My wife ended up in a coma from that night, and it was 32 days before she recovered. She's still going to a shrink twice a week, trying to get over the trauma. Look, here's how she looked after the beating. Like I said, my son passed out. They hit him so hard, he still has insomnia and cries almost every night. Me? Well, I was destroyed, beaten like a dog. They tortured me, trying to get me to tell them who was behind what I was doing. Only I didn't have anything to tell them, because there was no one behind my secret system. It's just me, a crazy formula that I determined to share with you today. By the way, the police never caught up with those guys. Anyway, that's all you really need to know about me, except that I've quit playing Powerball. Any lottery, actually. Not that I'm scared that they might come back. I moved from that city and it won't reveal where I'm living now. I've quit because my family needs me more than it needs their money. I still have enough money to live a decent life. I'm sure that the lotteries are happy that I've quit. Honestly, if I'd have continued to play in the same rhythm, I'd probably have brought them to desperation, maybe even turning off their lights. I'm serious. My system is so powerful and so easy to use that I really think that anyone can do it. But not me. I'm retired. And it'll be years before I want to hear about lotteries. Wait a minute, I'm not done. You're not going to walk away empty-handed from my story. Just because I quit playing Powerball doesn't mean I promise to keep my secret hidden. Like I said, I think the lottery was behind the aggression towards my family and I want my revenge. Before retiring, I showed this system to 3 friends and 3 random people that I hooked up with, buying their lottery tickets at the local convenience store. I presented my system to them and waited to see if they are able to apply what I taught them. Well, I was surprised. 4 out of the 6 people won the first week. Another one won after 3 weeks. He got $10,000. And the last one never won at all. He quit after trying and striking out 4 times. Here are the emails I received from them. Alex, I swear to God that your system works like magic. Please, please don't share it with others. I want to keep it as my cash cow forever. I'll give you half of my winnings, but just don't share it to others. Best, Mark. Too bad, it was too late. The system was already shared. Dear friend, you just got me out of misery. I was in debt and jobless. This is the first time I've ever had $10,000 in my own hands. It's incredible. I'm living a dream. I don't know how to thank you. God bless you. Frank P. Baby, I was able to devour all the info you sent me in less than 1 day. And then I start playing and winning. I can't describe the feeling. Your system is the best thing that ever happened to me. You have won me for life. Thanks a bunch. Marie. I want to mention here that these guys had nothing to do with lotteries before. They are regular people, probably just about like you. Before sharing my system with you, I need to tell you something. I want to play fair. There seems to be a catch with it. Until now, no one has won a big jackpot with my formula. I don't say that it couldn't happen. All I'm saying that it seems to work mostly for prizes of $10,000 to $100,000. If you think winning that much is good enough for you, then keep reading. If not, good luck with your game. Just remember, you have one chance in 175,223,510 to win the big jackpot, relying on luck. So, after this experiment, I was pretty sure that my system works for others too. Sure, I was out of the lottery business, but I still wanted to find a way to get my revenge on the lotteries. What could be better than sharing my system, so regular people could make easy money off of them? Nothing. This is what has made me want to share all my information with those who want to make a small fortune off of Powerball. Just revenge. Anyone can do this. It can be you, your wife, or your grandmother. You don't need any technical skills whatsoever. I've wrapped up all my knowledge, the steps you need to take into a crazy book called Powerball Winning Strategies. It's just awesome, and today I'm going to share it with you. It contains everything you need to know about how to slaughter Powerball, anywhere, anytime, from A to Z. I can't give you a 100% guarantee that you'll win, but compared to normal people who play blindly, I think you have at least a 10,000 times greater chance. It took me 3 months to combine all the information I know into a super easy to read book that can help even a dumb guy. I don't want to offend anyone. Anyway, nothing happens until something moves. If you want to win big time in this life, you've got to do something different. This might just be the something for you. Believe me, you'll be surprised once you see the inside story of my system. Just imagine how your life would be transformed if you win. How you'll be able to do the things that you've always wanted. Buy a new house, travel the world, and even get some money for your kids' education. It's not impossible. Hundreds of people are already doing it, but silently. As you can see, they are begging me to stop sharing Powerball winning strategies with others, but I don't care. As I said, I'm out of this BS. Oh, there's another catch. It's costing me a lot to keep this website running. If I continue this way, I may end up broke. Therefore, I have to ask you to invest a small amount into this system, but only if you like it and decide to keep it. Otherwise, I don't want any penny from you. So this brings us to the price point.
My wife said that I should sell my secrets for $1,000. I say that's way too much. I believe that $100 is a fair price. But after second thoughts, I decided that I want to do something even crazier. If you click on the Add to Cart button below and order today, you'll get my entire system for only $47. Not a penny more. Not future rebillings, nothing. And only under the condition that you like what you find inside.
Here's how it works. First of all, you're protected by my 100% money-back guaranteed for the next 60 days. You click on the Add to Cart button below, you download Powerball Winning Strategies in less than 10 minutes, you read it again, and then you start applying what I teach you there. If you're not happy with the results, simply shoot me an email and I'll be happy to return your money. No questions asked whatsoever. I think this is just the fair way to do business. Like I said, the main motivation for me is to get my revenge on the lotteries that made my family suffer. But for you, it should be easy money. I'm telling you, your life can change completely when you have cash. You should try the feeling. Look how happy these guys are. It's time for you to shine. You have nothing to lose. At this point, you have just two options. 1, stand there and do nothing, letting other people get rich, while you continue to dream that luck will strike and you'll get the jackpot, which won't happen. 2, try what is already proven to work with great success as never before. Powerball Winning Strategies is the first and only legal method to win the lottery, as you never did it before. Hundreds of people are already changing their lives every single day. It's your turn. Click Add to Cart button below. As a final note, I need to tell you that my offer won't stay around for long. Pretty soon I'll decide that enough people know my secret and I'll shut it down. When that happens, you'll hate yourself for the rest of your life. Do yourself a favor and get my system today. You have nothing to lose. Your investment is protected for the next 60 days. Click Add to Cart right now.